everyone. My name is Nikki the Librarian, and this is the Constant Reader channel. And today I am going to be doing the A to Z book tag. I was tagged by Melinda at a web of stories, and this tag was created by Another Bibliophile Reads. So it's A to Z, fast prompts, get down, get dirty, are they hot or not? And if I want to expand on it, I may do so at my discretion. So let's get started. A, audiobooks. Love them. Wish that I could commute longer than my 3 minutes so that I could listen to audiobooks again, because I can't do audiobooks when I'm just messing around the house. So, but they're wonderful. I love them. Can't get enough of them. B, Bildungsroman. Dealing with a person's formative years or spiritual education. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like seeing how one's childhood, one's formative years, influences them as an adult, whether it's a positive or a negative. I'm down for it. Children's books. C. I love children's books. And you really can get a lot of it even as an adult. I know I'm not supposed to be recommending books, but I tell you what, if you haven't read Wonder, W-O-N-D-E-R, it's a children's book. It came out about, 7 years ago. It's great. And I loved it. And I cried. And it's a children's book. Read it if you haven't. They're great. D, digital. Yes. I like reading digital books. It's fast. It's easy. Now, do I remember what I read on a digital book better than an actual physical book? No. My reading comprehension goes down when I read digital. And apparently, I'm not the only one. There have been studies done that just people in general don't remember what they read as well when it is a digital book. So just keep that in mind and deal accordingly. But the ease and use of digital is great. Experimental, E. Yes, I love experimental books. I read A Cloud Atlas when the movie was supposed to come out. I got a free copy. I didn't know anything about it, and I'm reading this book going, what the F kind of book is this? I don't understand. But then I kept reading it longer, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I like it. I do like experimental books. F, fantasy. Low fantasy? Yes. High fantasy? No. Don't like it. Graphic novel? Yes. Love graphic novels. Horror? H. Yeah. I already did a video about my horror from Halloween 2023. Inspirational? No. I wish I could, but they just seem very one-dimensional, which is weird. Did you know inspirational fiction is the third highest selling genre after erotica and mystery? Yeah. And we're going to do a deep dive into that sometime because I buy books from my public library. We're going to talk about inspirational fiction because a lot of people read it, but I'm not one of them. Journalism. Yes. J. I'm doing this backwards. J. Journalism. Yes. Like it. K. Kitsch. Has popular or sentimental appeal. I think so. When I read Ready Player One, I felt very sentimental because it takes place in the future. But the game that he plays is from the 1980s. And it was like going to a reunion. I loved it. And there was this one section where in the book it says, "Greetings, Starfighter, you have been chosen," and blah, blah, blah. And all of a sudden it's like my brain got triggered. And I'm like, I know this phrase. I know this phrase so well. Why do I know this phrase so well? It's from The Last Starfighter, which I watched on an endless loop from like 1986 to 1987. Yeah, I am totally there for kitsch or sentimental appeal. L, library. If you know anything about me, you know that I'm always promoting the library, the public library, because I work there, so I get my money from there, and that's good. But this channel, we're going to be talking about the library a lot and all of the things you can get at your public library or you should be getting at your public library because it's the best place ever. I mean, seriously. We all contribute money so that we can all better ourselves. I mean, what other institution and you can probably put that down in the comments. That's fine. I'll listen. But you're going to have to make a really hard case to figure out if something that is contributing to just the betterment of people is better than a public library. I dare you. I think you're going to be trying for a long time. M, mystery. Yes, love them. All the way from scary, creepy thriller type to cozy British mystery. Love them all. N, nonfiction. Love nonfiction. Love nonfiction. In fact, whenever I do stuff that I recommend books, I'm always trying to shove in a nonfiction so that somebody will read them because they're great. O, omnibus. Yeah, come on now, save space. I live in a tiny house, so anything that is a space saving, here's a whole chunk of stuff. In between these two covers of this book, yeah. P, poetry. Nope. I've tried. I don't like it. I've tried and tried and tried, and I don't like it. I don't feel like I'm smart enough for poetry. Unless it's something like concrete poems. Concrete poems. Hard, fast. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a brain block. I don't know. I had an English teacher that always made me feel kind of stupid. And I feel like poetry was one of the vehicles she used to make me feel that way. Quests. When the protagonist goes on a quest, physical or spiritual. Yes, I like quests. I don't know. I read some quotes about Joseph Campbell and women and quests and how it's like, no, it's really a dude thing. And I went, So it's kind of soured me a little bit, but I'm trying to get past that because so many of our stories use the quest as a model. But I got some issues to work out with that. R, romance. Yeah, I love romance. Come on, falling in love. That's good stuff. Science fiction. Ooh, depends. Like fantasy. Is it hard science fiction where it requires world building? No, I don't like that. Not. Is it a little science fiction? You're like, okay. Like Ready Player One, the one I talked about in Kitsch. Yeah, because then I get to kind of live in the 80s. That was fun. Translation. Books translated from one language to another. Absolutely. Another one of the goals of my channel is to give you authors from different countries you've never heard of. Now, granted, many of my authors so far have been Frederick Bachman or Herman Koch. Yeah, Dutch, Swedish, that Scandinavian author area. But my goal is to expand that and read more of those kinds of books. U-Ubermensch, the Superman or the extraordinary human. Characters who can do everything. No, I don't like them. No offense to Nora Roberts. And you're like, really? Superhero? People who can do everything? I find her female characters to be Ubermensches. They are wonderful. They do everything and they're beautiful. Nora, could you write a character that maybe has a lazy eye or, I don't know, that's kind of different in some way? Her female characters always make me feel bad about myself. So no, I don't like them. Yeah. V-Victorian. Literature from 1837 to 1901. Yeah, of course. Great stuff. And in fact, Christmas Carol, we're going to be talking about it. 1843. Love that book. And there's other things too, but that's the only one I can think of because I've got this Christmas vibe going on right now. W, Western. Yes, with a caveat. I like Westerns that have been written fairly recently. And I think that those are Westerns that kind of tell a more complete picture of the West instead of a romanticized white perspective. I don't want to read that, but something that's a bit more modern. Vengeance Road by Erin something. It's a YA book. It's a great Western. It was an Indiana Young Hoosier book or Elliot Rosewater. I don't know. It was for this high school. They give you 20 books, 20 titles. You buy them and the kids read them. They vote on their favorite. And then whatever book gets the most votes wins this statewide award. And Vengeance Road by whatever her name is. was on there. And it was a great book. I didn't think I'd like it because I don't read Westerns, but that was a good book. It was a good Western. And I can't say I don't like Westerns because I do now. X-rated. Yeah, why not? You do you. Oh, yeah, I have no problems with that. Young adult YA. Yes, I have read YA for 20 years. I'm not going to lie. Now that I don't have to read YA for the majority of my time on earth, I don't read it. But the things that I have read, I really enjoy. I've read a lot of YA, and now I don't have to. So, yay. And Z-Zeitgeist, spirit or mood of the times. It depends. And I blame my husband for this. He has always come from the mindset, if everybody likes it, then I'm not going to like it. And I think I've kind of adopted that attitude. However, if it's something that I am really, really into, yeah, I jump in both feet. But if it's kind of something that I'm like, I had really no interest in that, I'm not going to read the book because I don't really want to. I don't want to be like everyone else. Okay, so that is me and my A to Z tag on hot or not. And I will see you around next time. Bye.